Chris Cain's jazz-tinged, blues-soaked guitar and deep, warm vocals have the maturity and authenticity of bluesmen many years his senior. His expressive style is the result of a lifetime of dedication and study, stretching all the way back to a childhood spent listening to the soulful greatness of Ray Charles, B.B. King, and Freddie King.
My father took me to see Albert King at the Fillmore West when I was about 17. And I saw him looking around on the floor, like kind of pacing around, and he got a match, and he put it under the E string, like at the nut. The string was laying on the fretboard, and he folded it and he put it in there and tightened it up. You know, but I was just like, this is the guitar he's been doing blues power on? I'm like, for a 17-year-old guy, it's like, it was amazing. You know?
Plugged in and turned on in paradise. It's all about hidden musical gems. Singers, songwriters, and players you might not know, but are among the best musicians in the world, standing on stage right next to your favorite superstars. In each episode, our host, Haley Loren, introduces you to these new faces and their own freshly minted music. Recorded in the Northern California foothill town of Paradise, historically known for lumber mills and gold mining, it's now rich with music, attracting some of the best musicians in the world. Plugged in and turned on in paradise is a celebration of these undiscovered artists who are sure to become some of your new favorites. Now here's Haley with another musical episode of Plugged in and Turned on in Paradise. Chris
Cain is considered one of the world's best blues guitarists. His debut recording, Late Night City Blues, garnered 4 W.C. Handy Blues Award nominations, including Guitarist of the Year.
I started when I was 8, and the same day my father taught me how to tie my shoes. The same day he showed me how to play, the first thing he ever showed me. He was a truck driver, he wasn't a musician, so he had these arrangements of these little tunes that he would play. You know, I mean, he had the best records. That's how I, you know, learned about everything that I love. You know. So, you know, he would take me to go see B.B. King and Ray Charles and things like all the time when we were little. And I mean, the fact that he was a black gentleman backstage in a suit, people just would always think he was in the band. So they would just let him, you know, and I got to meet Albert King and everybody under the sun because, you know, my father would just get back there, you know what I mean? My father, he was born in Alexandria, but Then he grew up on Beale Street. He would tell me these stories about Beale Street when I was little all the time. And when I finally went to Memphis, all the things he told me about were there. I have great memories there. I mean, I went there just recently for the first time in like almost 30 years, and as soon as I got to Beale Street, I was like, for about 30 minutes, I was a mess because I had so many memories there of like Albert King. Every time I would play there, he would come to the gig. The first time I ever got to talk with Albert King, we opened a show for him, and the people that ran the club went up to him and started saying, "Hey, let this kid play me." And he was like, "No." So then we were doing our set, and all of a sudden I could smell the pipe smoke. He's standing like right there, you know, and I'm like playing, I'm like, and he's going, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, and I'm thinking, okay, beautiful. My mom and dad were there too.
Hey, I know the time will make a woman. She like to hug you just for fun. Oh, it's the first sign of trouble. Partner, she'd rather fight than run.
Then he called me up to play, and he takes the first solo, and he tried to basically, he was trying to just crush me like an insect. So then I come in and I play, because I mean, I've been listening to him all night too, so I'm kind of Alberted up, you know. And he turns around and looks like they played, and he goes, "It's gonna get dangerous up here now." And then when I went to Memphis the next time, he came to my gig and he goes, "I'll never miss you when you come." And I mean, every time I was in Memphis, if he was there, he would come. He brought Otis Clay to my gig, and he was like, "See," you know what I mean? Playing with Albert King or Albert Collins, for me, is like probably the biggest thing that has happened in my 62 years. I love both those guys a lot.
Chris Cain, ladies and gentlemen.
That was such a joyful thing for me last night, man. I just had a blast.
Same here, man. It's always fun from the first time.
Yeah.
July the 1st, about 1953. I'm serving time for armed robbery. 3 o'clock in the morning, I was sleeping in my cell. I heard that whistle blow, then I heard somebody yell. There's a riot going on. There's a riot going on.
I don't know exactly how I was able to start playing with you guys. You know, my equipment was always a little bit, like, you know, my chords would be messed up and stuff, you know. Anytime my stuff would say or anything, go fix that raggedy thing, boy. I'd say, what key is this in? They'd be like, I don't know. Danny Hill Quartet, I saw a thing on Tapestry and Talent on TV, and you were playing Moment's Notice on Channel 36. I wish this guy is playing John Coltrane on Channel 36 right now, you know what I mean? It's like a gift that fell out of the sky into my lap.
Well, we feel the same way, man. It's always a pleasure. Always.
The first record I made in 1987, Late Night City Blues, and I borrowed the money to make this record, $10,000. My mom thought I was crazy. I had this band, I wanted to play around the area, and I thought, you know, if you take a tape to these guys, they just lose it. But if we had like a record and we took it in there, I think they'll listen to it. Man, this is when I used to write letters to Ray Charles. Dear Ray Charles, you know.
I'm gonna leave it alone, and the crying can make me see. Well, yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone, and the crying can make me see. I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna drive me away.
I borrowed the money to make this record, and the next thing you know, we're at the Handy Awards in like Memphis, and then we're in Belgium. I was like, you know, I was trying to get a gig, like, you know, in San Jose. That record, to me, that's my favorite one. I mean, every one that I've ever made, I really tried to do the best thing I've ever done on it when I was recording it. And, you know, as time has gone on, I think they got better.
Me and my baby don't get along but one day at a time. Hey, me and my baby don't get along but one day at a time. Well, one day we're fussing and fighting, the next day we're doing fine. Monday we love each other, Tuesday we're going sweet. Wednesday you fix me a steak and Thursday night I don't even eat. Me and my baby don't get along but one day at a time.
Up until this year, it's always, for me, playing, it's been like maybe I'd play on a Thursday one week, and then 2, maybe 3 weeks go by, then I might have another gig. This last year, I made this, wasn't going to be a record. It was like a love letter to my dad, who's passed away, of the blues that I think he liked, the style. I'm playing more right now than I've ever played, and I've traveled more this year than I've traveled. I mean, I've had more fun playing the guitar since I was like 12 years old or something. I feel like really it's like gifts that just keep dropping into my lap. And I'm happy because it's beautiful.
Saturday everything is beautiful. Saturday we have no peace. Saturday we go to church. Saturday let that woman call the police. Me and my baby don't get along but one. Hey, one day we're fussing and fighting. Next day we're doing right.
Chris Cain spent years mastering piano, bass guitar, clarinet, alto, and tenor saxophone.
I went to City College, and I mean, it was like the music department was like about 20 rooms full of pianos and stuff, and all these people just, and I was like, Disneyland is something for me. I was like, I would take classes from 8 o'clock in the morning to about 8:30 at night. And the gentlemen that were the professors there, those guys saw me and took me kind of under their wing. So going to school was like probably the best thing I ever did. I loved it. there's no rhyme or reason to any of this stuff, but I've been very lucky, you know, to be able to have played with some guys that I really respect and stuff. It just happened that way, and it's big in my life, you know.
Gonna be playing from 9 to 5, doing a boogie woogie, jumping up and jiving, doing a mess around. I declare, doing a mess around, doing a mess around. Everybody do the mess around. Yeah, I see that girl with the diamond ring. She knows how to shake that thing and doing a mess around. Just doing a mess around, doing a mess around. Everybody do the mess around.
I met Tone because he was playing in the group Spang-a-Lang. I met him then when he first came, and he's been encouraging to me over this whole time. You know what I mean? Always made me feel like I was doing something with any kind of value, you know what I mean? So he's been a great pal and just a wonderful guy.
We're gonna mess around. Everybody do the mess around.
Dave and I put this together specifically for pretty much to be around Chris more and do some more stuff with him.
San Jose area was live music scene down there was really good, and that's when we all met, you know, because we were all playing the same clubs.
Mississippi, to ride it back for all that ain't so pretty. His parents give him love and affection to keep him strong. Money is a resurrection, living around.
The first Gibson that I ever got, 1969, my brother Tootie, he's a Vietnam vet. Of all my brothers, he was like the most sensitive, but like, I mean, could be frightening sometimes, right? I saw this SG standing like on the street when I was walking. I thought it was an unbelievable looking thing. So I kept talking about this guitar, and he goes, so was Mom gonna get you that guitar that you keep talking about? And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Play on the bass guitar. I'm living just enough. I'm living just enough.
He got a job at like Lucky's supermarket, and he just worked long enough to get the down payment to get the guitar of the thing, you know, and so he gives me the guitar. That's my favorite guitar because my brother Tootie, you know, got it for me. Every time I used to play that thing, he would just cry like a baby, you know.
You know my mother up and died, and my father, well, left that poor child alone. Well, now come on, baby. Ooh, baby, now squeeze me tight, 'cause I wanna know, I just wanna know, I wanna know if everything's alright. Yeah, you know the night time, show the right time to be with the one you love. Yeah, talking about the one I love now. Kill him now, kill him.
one I'm playing now, Melba, the guitar that Herb Ellis, the great jazz guitar player, and another friend of mine talked to Gibson, and they sent it to me. And my mother asked me, she goes, "Baby, what did you say you were going to do?" I said, "Mom, I didn't say I was going to do anything. They just mailed it to me." You know what I mean? Those are both my favorite guitars, and I just, the reason I love them is, like my brother, and the sound of Melba is very good. I think anytime you play with like another human being and you do like a whole night of music, it's like you're bonded in a way because you have to kind of pay attention to each other. You have to connect to make it do something.
That's right, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
Yeah, what you say?
Yeah, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.